Just on the wrong page there. Like, you know, a stern competition with the pavement. It's going to face plant the pavement. What did you all think of my car? Back. Can't be on the wrong page again, guys. Just give me a thumbs up if you're watching. Oh Jesus! Fucking cats. Hair's like bloody magnets. Happy days. I could see someone putting thumbs up. Got myself an Apple Watch the other day. Yeah. Somebody phoned me and it said I could answer on my watch. Felt like frickin' James Bond walking down the street. What's happening, Jeffettes? If I seem a bit hyper, I'm on the Iron Brew. Yeah, because it's the only things that the only thing you could drink when you got iron legs. It's supposed to make them stronger. What's happening, everybody? Ask your questions away. Got 11 views. Keep on inviting people to it. Norman Burgess, how are you doing? He'll probably bugger off by the time he hears his name. And Matites, you know, Matites. Matites is still hung up in the cupboard. And they're only 3/4 lengths. Blue cheese is my favourite cheese, Simon. Love blue cheese because it stinks. I'm good, Norman. How are you? How's Adam after the weekend? Look proper panicky in the car. Evening, James. Evening, Gary. Favourite colour's red. Yep, favourite colour's red. I was going to get the car done in red. I know it's blue. But I decided to get it done in blue because there's no point in getting it done in red. There's loads of Hondas cutting about in red. I like to be different. Yeah, I think Adam's probably just a little bit quicker. Oh, I would say he's much quicker. I reckon I'd give him a good shot for his money. He's on fire, Simon. Yeah, he was on fire, wasn't he? He's fucking on fire in race 2 anyway. He'd finished the race before it even started. Yeah, red's my favourite colour. The car, did you see the car I got the other day? On a serious note, so but this weekend at home, I wanted to go and say hi. I didn't, well, the Le Mans mission is, obviously, you know that I'm not with Mission. I'll do nothing for them ever again. I think I spoke to you about it. But there's something big happening. At the end of June, we've got a lot of companies coming to do a market meeting. And if this goes ahead, then hopefully we'll hit the budget for the next 2 years to push forward onto what we're aiming to do. By the end of the, basically by the middle of summer, Norman, we should be hopefully in a GT or something similar. Yeah, I did live the wrong group there, Nick. Did you see it? I was quite amused myself. I was like, I'm in the wrong group, mate. Felt like a right muted. Power racing, they should, well, they should be alright. I reckon they could be quite good, but they've went quiet all of a sudden, haven't they? I thought they would be back 2017. I'm sure that's what I read at the start of 2016, saying that they're missing out 2016 to start off in 2017. But I would race for them, but the sort of budget for a team that's racing at the back, that's running at the back, I wasn't willing to go and look for that sort of budget. And I'm not exactly sure when I'm racing at Alton Park. I just concentrate on my next race meeting, stay focused, give 100% to that meeting, and don't worry about anything else after. And just work on what's during until I get there with the fitness side of things, and trying to fit in the kids as much as I can as well. It's quite hard with everything I'm doing. Hi Vanessa, how's you? Yeah, doing alright at the minute. We've got the Mini's got a few things doing it. With the car, as I said, I bought myself a Honda Civic EP3, sticking a decent engine in it, decent gearbox, putting half a roll cage in it, and I want to learn other guys like myself learn to drive like an able-bodied man, because it ain't bloody easy, and it'd give them more freedom, it'd make them feel free. Where they go on holiday, they don't need to worry about carrying other adaptions with them and things like that. So that's what I'm aiming to do at the time in my spare time. Obviously, I'm no car builder, so if anybody knows how to put an engine and a gearbox in a car, give me a shout. Yeah, Billy's time, I think Billy, as he said at the weekend, he just wants to concentrate on the rehab, and I think that's the best thing to do. Because the rehab's the hardest part. Once you get your legs in that's the easy part, learning to walk about and control how to walk again. It is the hardest bit to control, yeah, is up balancing yourself on the prosthetic legs. Prosthetic legs ain't easy to control to start with, and you get a lot of stump pain, and he was talking about ghost pain, where it wasn't the right saying, it was phantom pain, and a lot of people know what phantom pain is. It just, exactly, it feels like your legs are there still. Like, I ain't got my legs on the night light. Took them off, because it's, to be honest, Scotland's got their summer now, and I think it's only our summer's here till Saturday, when it's raining again. Good evening, Ash, how are you? A motto to be tattooed on myself, what words would you choose? That's a good question, that. I don't really know, actually. I never really thought about it. Try to think it now. Just never give up. The easiest thing to do is to give up and not do nothing. Sit here and do feck all every day, absolutely do nothing. And the hardest thing is to get up and make a change to your life, your kids' life, and the world. And what I'm aiming to do is obviously be the first amputee to race Le Mans, and let them know that when you do lose your legs or any limbs, that you can make those prosthetics or foreign objects be part of your body, and carry on like an able-bodied person. Like my legs, yeah, I've lost them for 7 years, but they actually feel part of me when I've got them on. And being able to drive, I get the good feel, I get the good pressure. I understand. Everybody's like, how do you understand the brake pressure? How do you feel it? It's all about your body momentum. If you know the speed of your car, the harder you brake, the faster your body momentum's going to go, then you've got the weight on your leg, it's going to go forward. I've managed to judge that quite well at the minute. And the more I step up to faster cars and different car categories and race categories, then it's something I'm going to have to adjust to, which is plenty of seat time. That's all I need. And we've got a good test programme coming up to be able to make sure I stay at that required standard for being in the car. And it's all about training hard and maintaining your fitness as well as your psychological stuff as well. Because psychological stuff is the hardest thing to overcome on anything, in any way, shape or form. It's the pressure in it of racing. A lot of people think, oh, I can't be able to cope with the pressure, but when you're racing for a championship or you're racing for the lead or trying to stay in the lead, everyone else wants to lead, no matter what. Even though they're not going to win the championship, everybody wants to be first, no matter what. And to me, second's the first loser. I boxed for a long time, yeah, and sat on max, and you only had first and second in the boxing ring. First had won, second had lost. That was it. You know what I mean? First had walked out with a trophy, and the second didn't. And I always wanted to aim to be first. I wanted to be world champion at boxing. Boxing was my passion. It was my love. And to not be able to continue my boxing career when I had lost my legs, that was difficult itself. Where I had to pick up something that I never ever thought I would ever do. I remember talking about it with my dad when I was 8-year-old. I hate max coats. I remember talking about it with my dad when I was 8, and the first thing he said is like, "No, that's a bit expensive, son." He's like, "I'll put something in I could afford." So £3 a week was all I could afford. And to train hard since I was 8-year-old, right up to I joined the army, train hard when I was in the army, then it's a lot of years of dedication. Like young Billy, he was, what, 5-6-year-old when he started karting, and he's 11 years of dedication in motorsport, loses his legs, and probably straight away thought instantly, that's it, I'm not going to be able to race anymore. And that's where I thought, right, I didn't need to step in, but I thought I could give him some encouragement to let him know like, what I've been through and what I've achieved with my injuries. It's like the hardest thing to do is to continue and feel positive at that stage. And he's got a massive support, massive family network around about him in the motorsport world. And I think that's keeping his morale pretty high at the minute. And I just hope no one forgets that it's ever happened. Because I was talking about this to someone the other day, and I just don't want anybody to like forget it's happened, like everything else. Like Nicky dying at the weekend from a cycling incident. It's, yeah, they'll remember him like on our anniversary every year, but like once he's passed on and buried, then they'll forget about it until his anniversary comes over. But it shouldn't be like that. They should be in their memories all the time. It's like our serving soldiers, guys it's been killed, veterans. That's the hard thing, is no one really actually gives you any respect nowadays. And yeah, what happened in Manchester is absolutely devastating, absolutely heartbreaking. And there's things as well, like when you're injured, you never expect stuff like this to happen in your country. And when I say your country, you never expect anything like that to happen in Britain. And it's getting closer and closer to home for myself, and it's obviously on other injured veterans' doorsteps, and that's hard to live with because our government has let these people in our country, and these people have been watched for God knows how long, but continued to allowed to carry on and do what they're doing. And I think that's absolutely completely wrong. As soon as they know they're on the terror suspect list, that's it. They should be tagged and bagged and sent back to their own country, and with an internal tracking device to see exactly where they are at all times. And that's the only way you'd be able to spot those people, unless they blow themselves up, because that tracking device won't be inside them anymore, will it? But yeah, hey ho. It's all about the racing and that now. No, I was Vanessa Max 5. I'd say it was probably the best part. It's probably the best part to start racing is Max 5. Probably a good car as well. But I'd probably say the best car that I've been in so far is probably the car I'm sat in at the minute. But I've not raced very much yet, have I? My service was my job, and thanks, Dave, but I didn't like I said, it was my job. You guys do your job every day. Norman does his job managing Adam and other drivers, and Adam was joining the army for a job, like, and knew that 100% stuck to what I loved. You know what I mean? And I love my army career. It's the best part of my life. It's something I'll never ever forget, and I'll always be in my heart and memories. Like, and to be honest, I wish I had the choice to get out of the army. That's the hard part for me. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, exactly, Norman. You were a soldier too. Not a lot of people believed you when you first told them. I remember telling you that when you said that at the Mac Tool Fest a couple of years back. I just started laughing because not everybody believed you. But yeah, you were a soldier. You know what I mean? You were a commander. You were an officer, and being a section commander, obviously we understand what the officer's job is. It's just like in the battlefield of Afghan. Our soldiers, our officers is our mothers, and we're the guys that comes up with the plan and asks the boss if we could get released. It's like a little pit bull that holds on a chain to say, we've got 7 other guys sat behind me, right, this is what I need to do to take that position, and there's 2 other section commanders that says the exact same, and the boss will release, like Norman, I'll tell you, like, he'll have to release that person that thinks it's got the best, basically the best option, taking that position safely, and where no one else will get hurt. Yeah, Norman was an officer, yeah, an intelligent officer as well as intel. '24th, yeah, Silverstone. We're not doing Silverstone on the 24th of June because we are. I think, where was I reading that? Tony, I don't drive with my hands, mate. I drive with my feet. I drive my prosthetics. I'd say feet, I've not got any. But yeah, I use my prosthetic legs. That's what makes it different about myself. And that's what I'm aiming to do, just to let obviously everyone know that my legs can feel attached, look attached, and I could drive just as quick as anyone else. Like every team I've been in or every car I've been in, I've always aimed to be quicker than everyone. And I think I've done that so far. Like Daniel, we were at Snetterton, I was just as consistent, if not more consistent than he was at Snetterton, and I held the fastest lap between us two by 2/10. That can't be bad for a guy with no legs racing a guy that's been racing since he was 7-year-old with legs. So I've not been doing it for a long time. As I said, I was a boxer and thought being a race driver was never going to come into the pipeline at any time in my future, but it did. I think I get good feeling now, Tony. I get good feeling, I get good vibrations feelings. I know when I'm getting understeer with front wheel drive. Obviously body could tell, your hands could tell as well when you're getting understeer. And hand to eye coordination, boxing for so long, everything in racing is just fingertips, and be able to feel it. You know when you're turning and a car ain't turning, and you know when that's because you either put the power on too much or the car's just unsettled, and there's only way to come off it is coming off the power a bit and unwind the steering a little bit more. It's the only way you're going to get grip. Yeah, exactly. You don't need your legs to race, do you? It's just your ass. As long as you got a good feeling underneath you, and you've got the way you're. If I've got good central gravity. I've got good feeling underneath my backside. But I think I have anyway. Well, I mean, we'll catch things. I know when things are happening underneath me, so it's not too bad. Was that Iron? Yeah, that was Iron Brew. I was swigging there. It's the only thing men with iron legs should drink. Doesn't cause any rust. Maybe they can't rust, eh? The Le Mans thing, shaping. Who's that? I said that. I'm just looking through the comments at the minute. James, yeah, the Le Mans thing is going pretty well. Well, at the moment it is. We're still progressing forward, like we're aiming to do. But it's like at the end of June, once this thing goes ahead, because it's quite big for me, doing a presentation without swearing, Norman. Yeah, I know, no swearing. To in front of hundreds of people that's got bloody heavy checkbooks. So I need to be professional, and that's why everything now, I stay off Facebook now. I don't write anything rude or bad or swear anymore. I'm trying to cut all that out. I'm trying to be a professional person. I'm trying to keep a nice manner, be professional on my page, and cut about looking professional as well, and that attracts the attention, because they don't want some thug cutting about swearing and dissing companies and things like that, because it doesn't make you look good as a person, as well as to help them promote. Don't do anything as a day job. My day job is keeping myself fit. I don't see the point of taking money from a job. I get a pension every month, and my pension helps me live for the rest of the, helps me live for the month, and hopefully by August time that I'll start getting paid. And that was Norman's aim when I first met Norman, is to ensure I got some money in my pocket, and by August, hopefully, if this deal goes ahead, then I'll be getting paid. And your Facebook. Cheers, Norman. It's all due to your advice, mate. And so I've always respected you, Adam, well, all the Morgans at Sicily Motorsport. I said maybe one day, you never know if I would be able to drive for you, even one weekend. You know what I mean? It'd be epic to come along and sit and have a laugh with the Sicily Motorsport lads and race against, as I like to say, the Clio Cups. Beside Max or Young Piggy or Jade Edwards. I think I'd do pretty well. Like, don't think it's all about budget nowadays. It's not just. I think, like, if you guys were to give, or someone was to give me a drive in the Clio Cup, it'd be a good thing to show out, like, what guys could do with prosthetic legs after what happened to Billy. That's probably the best option. That's probably the best way to put it over. But I don't know what else to say. Like, hate vodka. Alan, bloody hate vodka. I've never drank gin. Never tried it in my puff. You always make me laugh, Norman. Yeah, that's quite funny. It'd probably be the Clio Cups. The Clio Cup, definitely a touring car. If I had the budget, I'd definitely do a touring car. Like, I'd like to see where I would sit on the grid with a competitive car. It's just to see my ability of a driver with my injuries. Yeah, no, I was actually thinking, when I was watching it on Sunday, I think it was Sunday or Monday, I caught up with the racing. I was saying there was like 3 laps, and you could see Mike Bishop wasn't too happy, was he? He's like, yeah, well, I think we got 3 laps. But Jesus, what happened to Jade and that other guy? Did that other guy run right at the back of Jade? Did Jade have an issue, Norman? And the guy, like, run over the top of Jade? Because all I was seen on the TV was him sliding on his roof until he hit the barrier, coming into Duffus. Norman, you know we all fancy you, we all love you, mate. When are you at Knockhill? Yeah, I thought that, and he's run right over the back of her, and landed on his roof, not paying attention, obviously. You can see a sore car when you've got the fucking foot down, can't you? Oh, could Jack not avoid, could he not? On his lid, you're right there, Alan. Yeah, he did end up on his lid. He did slide for a while, didn't he? I wonder what he was thinking. That's what I was watching. I was like, I wonder what's gone through his head right now. Have you managed to get the cars on that belt, Norman? Ready for the next round, whenever it is? Because you said 15 days, I've seen in your last post. She just cut the fast because she's a girl. Jesus. I'd probably choose the scariest track out of them all. It'd probably be Snetterton, I reckon. Richie's is a man's corner. It's dab on the brakes, down a gear, and throw the car out and back on the power light. It's a bloody fast corner. On the Mini, I was hitting the exit apex at 100 mile an hour, and my ass was opening. Like you hold your breath until you're ready for the braking point at the hairpin next. Okay, yeah, I have spoken to Billy. Last time I speak to Bonnie quite a bit through social media and stuff. Yeah, like I spoke to Billy a few weeks back. I went down, took my own time to go down on a Saturday and see how he was getting on, and it probably starts feeling a bit more normal to him now. It probably feels real. Where when I first met him, I said to him like it's probably doesn't feel real at all. It took me a while to adjust to it. Every day I'd wake up, I always thought I was dreaming. I always thought I'd wake up with my legs, and I didn't think that they would be gone. It's like a numb sensation where it does feel like a dream, because even though you're awake, you're zombied, you're pretty numb over it, and when you're asleep, you're constantly dreaming about it, and when you wake up, you know what I mean. It's just like it was like that for about 4 or 5 months for myself. Who would like more kind of sets fires to cars? Yeah, that's true, Vanessa. Yeah, I bet his ass opened there as well. Yeah, but like I said with Billy and stuff, he must be on quite a lot of medication at the moment, especially for phantom pains. And he'll be up and running about before anybody knows it. He looks like a strong young man, very, what I've heard, very talented in a car before his injuries. But he'll be up running about, dancing about. I reckon he'll be up on his legs within the next 2 or 3 months. It took me 3 or 4 months in total. My injuries were a bit more different than his was. His is probably a bit more straightforward, where we had more chance of infection through needles, nails, blood. Basically, the Taliban would piss in the IEDs and shite in the IEDs and put drugs in the IEDs and mud and just all sorts of chemicals. So when the IED hit us and we got open wounds, then it was more a case of we could have died with the infection, not the explosion. Like one of my mates, he got injured and when he was out with the Black Watch. 6 weeks went by and the infection took over his body and he died from infection. You know what I mean? Not nothing like his injuries was fine. You know what I mean? It's just the infection that killed him, and that's hard to live with. As his family thinks he's safe and he's home now, and they'll be able to deal with his injuries. That's nothing, and bum, infection takes his life. Tony, I'm not that far up Scotland. Yeah, the internet's alright. I'm the only guy in my house anyway, so like no one's using the bloody phone. That's my aim, Norman. That's what I want to do. Is help him mentally, and it's just to let him know that, like, I've left him my number and stuff, Norman, and just said to him, as a soldier, you know what I mean. We obviously speak to our mates, and we tell our mates when you find it difficult, and as a man, you don't tell your mates when you find it difficult. But like, all my mates always phone me and tell me when they're having difficult times, because they know that I'm going through quite a hard time, quite a lot. Mentally, and what keeps me focused is knowing that I'm racing next, and that's my aim all the time, and I can't wait till I get back in the car, and my preparation for that then is simulator training in the gym, boxing bag work, keep myself motivated to see my kids, and that's my aim. My hero driver, I have Jensen Button's my hero. He's a driver that I actually look up to. But my inspiration has got to be Alex Zanardi, due to he's done something where he got injured, and all I wanted to do when I first got injured was go back to war. I wanted to see if I had the balls to go on the ground again. It was to see if I'd be able to walk out the gate back on patrol. That's what I wanted. I wanted to see how nervous I would be, see if I wanted to step out the gate. And Alex Zanardi, he's got back in a race car. He went back and finished the laps he didn't do in IndyCar with the right modifications. Now he races in the BMW. You know what I mean? Jesus, what a legend. Absolute legend. I will come across him one day. It's not that, he's 3 times gold medalist as well. I reckon I'd beat him on a handbike, no dramas. But I don't want to break his spirit. He's a bit older than me. I'm joking. Thank you, Kay. Thank you, Karen. That's what I try to do, is to inspire the world. And one day, not one day, when I get to Le Mans, which will hopefully be by the 90th anniversary, which is 2022, is I will be the first amputee to race Le Mans, and it's seen by hundreds and hundreds of millions of people. And my aim, I'd love to inspire the world. I'd love to inspire the world. And obviously I'm doing a documentary. I forgot to let you guys know, I'm doing a documentary with Forces TV, and this is getting documented till I get to Le Mans, because I'll be the first to do something. Basically, it's the iconic 24-hour Le Mans race. It's like the biggest race in the world, the grueling, hardest race in the heat, even in the rain. When it rains there, it rains, you know what I mean? It's like bloody ice, the track, when it's wet. It's like you seen, was it last year, 2015, had the R8 man skipping across the top of the water coming out of the Pro chassis, you know what I mean? And yeah, it's just acuplaning, isn't it? That's a scary thing, isn't it? Yeah, but that once it's documented, then it'll get once it's done. Sorry, the documentary will be out, and once the documentary's out, I'm speaking to a few people in America, and if they like the documentary, then they're hopefully going to make a movie out of it, because it's a real life event. It's a real life story, which is going to be quite a big thing. And to start writing a book, but I'm not doing that yet. And if I was to write a book, it'd be Leanne, our PR girl for Woodard Racing. That was a ghostwriter for me, because I'm dyslexic. And everything you see me post on Facebook, if there's a spelling mistakes, it's because I'm dyslexic. But I have two people who are not dyslexic in the background watching my page, so if I post something it's not right, they go on and edit it straight away. So that's those sort of little things like that help me out and stop me from stressing. Because with PTSD, you stress about the simplest little things, it just sticks in your mind all the time, and it just runs over and over and over and over. I was in the Black Watch, Tony, and I don't think I think you're born with a strong mind, and it's all. I think your childhood keeps you in what you want to do. That's where you start to learn life as a child, and you learn something different every single day, and your experience growing up and determine, and when you really want something, you'll go for it. Like your mum and dad always tell you not to do something, but you still went and done it. You know what I mean? Well, I did anyway. They tell you it's wrong for you, it's bad for you. I still went and done it, and if I come home smiling and I never got hurt, then I'd tell them it's only bad for some of those that's not intelligent enough to do it, like, or have any common sense. Common sense is a big thing, and if you've got common sense, you'll get through life, no drama. And everything I've done, I joined the army. My mum and dad didn't want me to join the army because they knew the threats and that with Iraq in 2001. And wrong 2003 and in 91 that what could happen. But I always told my dad, I said, never tell me not to do anything. I said, because I would go and do it. I was like, advise me. And I was like, if I come back smiling, then you know I've made the right choice. And I'll never ever tell my kids not to do anything, because then they'll only resent you for it. And oh, Darby, you're freaking brilliant, man. I love you. Yeah, nah, so the answer to that is that it's all about the individual, I think, Tony, and the mental state. And what you want out of life, that is basically what you'll keep on pushing for. And when I was younger, I always wanted fast cars. My mum and dad never had 2 pennies to rub together to even buy ourselves a fast car. It was always second-hand cars. So I always wanted to be that person to have the pennies to go and do that. You know what I mean? And I never had a very good childhood. Got beaten up at the age of 18 months to the point my mum was 30 minutes from finding me dead. I got dragged up through life. You had to be a fighter to live every day. You had to fight. And I was quite a small boy when I was younger. I only grew when I was in the army. And to get to the dinner table, you had to eat your dinner fast, because if you didn't eat your dinner fast enough, you wouldn't get the seconds. So I was one of those guys that always wanted seconds. I wanted to be bigger, I wanted to be stronger, I wanted to be faster. I always wanted to be first. And just the mentally side of things, like your mum tells you to be in for your dinner, you're in 10 minutes early to make sure you're there sat for your dinner when it's hot, waiting for extras by the time everybody else is at theirs. Yeah, that would be perfect, Tim. Thank you. Vanessa. Oh, Oh, thank you, Vanessa. I hope you're well. I hope the kids are well. Has anybody else got any questions? Didn't expect to be on this for 40 minutes, but I've been on this for quite a bit. Fat pig. No, man, you never answered my question. When are you at Knockhill? Definitely not Adam. Cheers, bro. I hope you and the wife and the family are well. Love you, Norman. Speak to you soon. Yeah, I'll be there if I'm not doing anything, mate. I'll be there. I'll come along. It'd be good to see you all. Not seen you in a while. Definitely no pineapple. No fruit should be seen on hot food. I don't know. I need to see where Billy's got. He's been in the motorsport since he was a kid, so he's got so much more opportunities handed to him than I would ever get because of his talent and what he's won in karting days. And I reckon he'd be fighting against young Carline, Jamie Carline, for the championship this year if nothing had happened. So. Yeah, I think they're alright. Cheers, Norman. Scott. Budget's always an issue, yeah. The easiest thing to get in the car and bloody race the thing, the hardest thing is to get the money to get in the car. Definitely not a police car. I have sat in the back of them a few times though. Yes, I always do, Tony. I always wear a kilt like a true Scotsman. Right guys, I'll get going. Have a good night. And I hope you all have a good week and a good weekend when it comes, yeah? I'll see you all soon. Bye.